TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas.
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Elmer Horn with Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and we're here at one of our communities, and Sheriff Pounds is here with us. And Sheriff Pounds is very involved in his communities, and he come out. We brought out our grill and our smoker so we can come out and help cook for this community, and Sheriff Pounds himself has come out and helped cook with us, and he's here to cook and help these folks today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the programs that I call taking my community back. If you don't get out there and get involved in your community, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. And the sad part about it, we losing our young men at such a pace that it's unreal. We got to come up with something that will help us with these children. Got to. So this is what I'm doing. I love it. I'm out here in the sun. It's hot, but like I said earlier, we're going to do these until we get that gap between law enforcement and the community bridge. We're going to bridge that gap because we're going to get out of here, we're going to shake hands, we're going to find out if they got any kind of problem we can assist them with, and invite them to the sheriff's office and come to the roll call. Just come see what's going on at the office. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff Pounds. And like I said, this is just one of many events that we bring this grill out to help with our communities and get involved. I'm here today at one of our community outreach days with our sound truck, and our sound truck is used for just what you see. We come out to community days, we play loud music, and be able to just have a good time with it and enjoy our community. Our sheriff's office, you get to see us in a little different light. We're not always out there writing tickets or locking people up. We come out to your community day and be a part of your day and help you celebrate your community. And this is just one of the ways that we can do that, was with our sound truck. We're here today in one of our communities. We brought our ice cream truck out. A lot of people like to laugh when I say the sheriff's office owns an ice cream truck, but this is exactly what it's for, is we bring it out to our communities. We give away ice cream. We don't charge for the ice cream. The ice cream is free. And we have partners in our businesses in our community that help pay for the ice cream so that we can give it away for free. And we give it away. We go to schools. This is just one of many events that we bring our ice cream truck to. We go to the school systems. We come out to community days, block parties. We just come out and see you and help you enjoy and celebrate your community. Thank you.
Listen, we are live. The Talk Show Kings are back, man. Y'all didn't know before. You're gonna learn today.
The thing about coronavirus is it doesn't care if you're black or white.
It doesn't.
It does not care if you're rich or poor. It does not exclude if you're a Republican or a Democrat.
I'm taking it as in it becoming a hostile environment.
I couldn't even go to the restroom. I would crawl to the restroom and hold the walls to not fall off of the restroom. I couldn't stand up to get in my bed because I seriously thought I was dying. What's up, family? How you doing? Welcome back to another edition of the Talk Show Kings. It's me and my main man, Mel, on here. Introduce yourself, King.
Hey, man, it's King Mel, a.k.a. Florida Boy Prime, man. How y'all doing? Welcome back. You know what it is.
You know what it is, and your boy ATL Doc. We wanted to give a shout out to our Kings Lundy.
Yeah,
and
shout out to King Lundy and King Trevor, man.
Yeah, both are unable to make it today.
Yep. Condolences to King Trevor, family member too. You know, he lost a family member, friend.
I wasn't gonna go all into the
Oh, well, you know, I just want to say y'all, so y'all can get shout outs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
just
but
show some love.
I want to show some love to Trevor and Lundy, even though they can't make it here today.
Definitely.
Now, I'm a little subdued right now, but I gotta let you know, we bringing it. because this whole storming of the Capitol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, it was Cardi B had this video one time, right? And this is how I found out about who she was, right?
Oh, okay.
She was she was in the backseat of a car, because if he was black, she kept saying that. Yeah, so, you know, yeah, because if they were black, we already know what the outcome would have
What
been.
we know?
We know that if they were black, that would have never happened.
Why you think that?
Because when Black Lives Matter came up, they had the military presence already out there.
What?
Yeah.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, in 2001 tree, that 13, and,
Yeah.
you know, and whoever talked.
One trick.
Yeah. In 2013, there was a African-American female who accidentally
Yeah.
ran, well, no, it wasn't an accident. She ran into the Capitals. I don't know if she just ran into the grass or the gate or what.
Oh.
But then she turned around and left. They shot her
Oh.
and killed her with
Oh.
her baby in the car.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
In
so,
2013.
So wait a minute. Let me get this straight.
Uh-huh.
She wasn't trying to perform a
Oh, no.
coup. And we will get into the definition of coup.
Yeah, she
for
didn't
you
try to
guys
get
later.
in the building and steal Nancy Pelosi's mail. She didn't try to do that.
Oh, but
she didn't beat any of the police officers to death with the
But she ran
fire.
she ran to the gate and onto the grounds and
Yeah.
turned around,
and left
and they shot her.
to death.
Oh.
Yes. Well, maybe things have just changed since then. Gotcha.
Yeah, that part.
is
Yeah, that part.
the pure definition of what we try to tell y'all about privilege.
Exactly.
Because those people had no fear that they were going to
at
die.
all. And then come to find out, there were actually police officers that opened the gate
Oh,
and
yes.
let them in.
Took selfies. How you doing? Hey,
Yeah,
hey.
they had
Hey,
the
Billy Bob, come on, let's do
videos,
this picture.
lawyers, I was like, wow, this is.
And what about the lawmaker? There was a lawmaker who was in
Did
the...
you
yes,
see it? Did you
yes,
see him?
Yes, I
So,
did.
you know,
Loud and proud.
Then,
Long
you
as
know,
all
a lot of
outdoors.
people kept trying to say that the guy that was there, that you seen him, he had on like the little Viking hat or shaman type gear. They painted face, say he was at a Black Lives Matter movement. They kept trying to say, oh, he's a paid actor and that's what happened. See, a lot of people, they say things, but they without doing background research. So,
Yeah.
you know me, I heard it and I had to do a little bit of
And
background
what
research.
did you find?
I found out that he used to be an aspiring actor, right? I also know that he takes a psychedelic cactus, some type of thing that alters his state of being or whatever.
Going up
he
to the mothership.
also used to dress up as Brad Pitt when he was in high school, right? Wait a minute, time out. He's a what they call it, a QAnon theorist or conspiracy theorist or something like that. Yeah, and a pro-Trump supporter. Yeah, and he
he's
believes
arrested.
and he believes in the climate change. So you know, he's all across the board. Either way, that wasn't a paid actor. So yeah,
They went and got him out of Arkansas and threw him in jail where he needs to be.
yeah, okay,
Hey,
that
Angie
part.
and Jody. Angie says, hey, Kings, can we talk about the whole Republican Party quiet as church mouse?
Oh, yeah.
Barriers. Oh, it was definitely someone on the inside that were helping. I agree wholeheartedly because you can't get in there without some kind of help.
You just have to understand that right now, every black person in America was like this.
A lot of white people in America were
There,
the
a lot of white people were the same way too. But I know for sure that we was all like, so you just don't. They made it past the gate, past the front steps, in the front door, and backed y'all in.
I thought somebody was playing Donkey Kong for a minute. The way they was climbing up the
Oh,
wall, they
you
was hoping somebody was throwing
listen.
something.
Remember the movie?
Oh, bruh.
Remember the movie what, South Central? Remember when they tried to steal the man radio and he tried to climb the gator fence and he got shot in the back? If that had been us, they would have left our markings all over the wall.
You know what? Check this out, right? Do you remember there was a Blacks for Trump movement? Or there was a lot of black people came out and said they were Blacks for Trump.
Yeah.
They were loud and proud, dancing all at his rallies.
Oh,
and
you mean
whatnot.
like Candace Owens them?
Yeah, I ain't gonna call Candace Owens name.
I'm
Yes,
gonna
I am.
call her name.
But I'm saying, hey, Miss Candace Owens.
How you doing?
I'm not even asking you to go and kick the door in or the windows or anything like that. I'm asking you just let's see, can you go and take a stroll or leisurely walk across the property?
Yeah.
And let's see if you get that same response, Miss Owens.
what was
and the rest of the Blacks for Trump members.
What was the
You
police
guys
officer?
gather and just take a walk. No weapons.
Yeah,
You know, some of them
yeah.
had weapons. No weapons, no rebel flags, no nooses. Just a leisurely stroll. And let's see if you get that same treatment
And
I'm
what
curious.
was it? You know,
I wonder
just
if they'll
want to know.
open the door for you.
I just want to know if, you know,
Take
the president-elect Donald Trump, I wonder if he going to lay that lady who got popped in the head. I wonder if he going to attend her funeral, say some nice words.
I bet he don't even know her name.
Probably not.
And check this out, right?
Probably not.
They did this, and they keep comparing it to the Black Lives Matter movement, which really pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because the Black Lives Matters movement is a reaction to people being murdered, people being killed for no reason, and there's no justice.
Go ahead and preach
That's
to him.
what the Black Lives
Go
Matter
ahead and
movement.
preach to him.
This is about a spoiled, pathological liar
And he's narcissistic.
who
Yeah, he is.
lost an election, complained about it, put in, 60 court cases,
Yeah,
and
and-
all of them were dismissed?
Oh, you notice,
what-
you
was it
notice
just
all the
59?
people that he pardoned before he left out was
Oh, yeah.
they were white too, but you know, we're not gonna say that. We're just gonna say this right here. You know, a lot of y'all are for Trump, y'all are for, you know, the rhetoric that he preaches and everything else, right? Here's my thing. You're doing all of that for a man who wouldn't even spit on you if you were on fire.
Woo!
You get what I'm saying? He doesn't even know your name. Yet and still, you charged into the Capitol building, right? Only for him to tell you to turn around, go home and be peaceful. It's not right. Yeah, we lost in a... Well,
Oh, no, first
yeah.
he said go home with love.
Go
That's
home
what he
with
told
love.
him
Yeah,
first.
go home with love.
Now,
We were thugs.
that he's going to be
Yeah.
impeached again.
Yeah.
The only president in the history of the United States to be impeached twice. Yeah. Now
Yeah,
he's
I
going to
get
be
it.
impeached again. He's trying to, soften it up, saying, well, it was wrong and you will be prosecuted, but he should be prosecuted too.
But here's the
And
thing.
Angie, like you said, Mitch McConnell.
Not Mitch McConnell.
What's the other one? Lindsey Graham. We can keep going. We can keep
Hey,
going, but
listen.
I think all of them, if not have charges brought up against them, I don't see how their constituents can vote for them after this nonsense. Because
You say they're against him, though. A
supported
lot of
him.
them are speaking out against him now.
now,
Yeah, now.
but they have encouraged. If they hadn't encouraged him,
Yeah.
if they hadn't broke the law for him, if they
Exactly.
would have impeached him the first time when he sit up there and went against the Constitution of the United States,
Or
all
if-
of this would have
or if
happened.
you would- or
There's
if they
just
would've
no way.
taken and did something like this right here, pulled him to the side or sat him down like, listen, man, you're here to do a job as president. All this extra nonsense, tweeting, like information that hasn't been researched, you're up and saying this and saying that, and you're giving out divisive rhetoric and things of that nature. Man, if you cut it out, you could be an effective president. But nah, that's not him. It's all about him. It's always going to
This
be
is
about
the same thing that started the Jim Crow laws. People may not know, but there was a compromise done. The federal troops were in the South, and they had stopped slavery, and they were not letting that nonsense go. There were a bunch of black people that was going into politics. And then Rutherford B. Hayes, I want to say, I'm not sure the exact president off the top of my head right now. Normally I could just spit it out, but because we're on air, I can't. He did a compromise to where he told the South, if you stop acting a fool, then we'll go ahead and remove the troops. And he removed the troops, and that's when the Jim Crow law set in. And he said they used that. And he said that same domestic terrorist energy they used to burn down Tulsa, Rosewood, insert any thriving black town. Who's to say they didn't put him aside? He's a narcissist. He's not going to listen to any of them.
They didn't pull him. They didn't pull him aside because
think
if they had
somebody
pulled him, because if they had pulled him aside, right? Had they pulled him aside and did exactly what we were talking about just now, right? It would have never gotten this far because you would have. Listen, the reason I say that is because you would have been distanced yourself from all of that right there. A lot of them wouldn't distance themselves.
A lot of them stayed there because they believe in that nonsense he was spouting.
Exactly. Mitch McConnell is one of them. I'm trying not to use the word that he uses to describe McConnell.
I said Mitch McConnell.
You see,
Hey, Chrissy Ray.
B&M.
Hey, DeVarsha Brown, how you doing? Show enough. If there, Show enough Hobo Scratch, he got to tell us.
Show enough gonna say the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Show enough is a problem.
If there are no Trump laws passed while he was in office, then God bless. I feel you on that, but we definitely need some laws to say that that same nonsense cannot happen again.
But the thing is, a lot of people are now seeing exactly what people were saying well ahead of all of this right here, right? He lost, And then those same supporters that, supported and followed the rhetoric that he was spewing, they did exactly what we thought they would do. They turned around. They became self-centered, narcissistic. They committed treason, domestic terrorism. You did that. That is exactly what you did. And because no one else will call you domestic terrorists, I'm going to call you domestic terrorists. Because when Black Lives Matter said, hey, this is what's going on, we're having a problem with this, just because a few people got out of hand, y'all labeled us thugs and criminals and animals. And I'm going to get to the definition of all of those.
What happened when Kaepernick took a knee?
Oh, listen, we were unpatriotic and un-American. Yet and still,
what he called the SOB?
Yeah, get that son of a bitch out of there. That's what you said.
He took a knee silently
protested and was called unpatriotic and un-American. Not now one.
Not now.
Not a now nutter.
How many did he attack?
Not a now nutter.
Oh, okay.
Not a now nutter. That's what it said. Then we said.
Hey, what up, B? Barry Lynch. Thanks for watching.
You got to get what I'm saying. A man peacefully protested and was called un-American and unpatriotic. And now, when they stormed the Capitol and tried to perform a coup, and we will get to the definition of that for those who don't know it already, we're going to talk about that.
So you're going to turn into Webster today?
Oh, yes, I am. I'm going to make sure I explain exactly why we are not what you called us and why you are exactly what you called us. But, yeah, I am going to say
show enough on here tripping.
But, but he took a knee, right? And he was unpatriotic and un-American. Yet still, when they did this right here, you called them patriots.
The rebel flag has never been flown in the Capitol before they went in there with it. Nooses were never allowed in the Capitol before they went in there with it.
And then
Angie says, I disagree. They could have, and I agree with the distancing part, though. Yeah, I feel you on that. They could have spoke with him, and he still would have been doing the same thing, I think. And I agree with you as well. They should have distanced themselves from him. And they were rioters. I agree with you on that one. Okay, Hobo says, Caucasoids followed the madness. Not giving money to Puerto Rico was Congress. I can't argue with you on that one. But Congress actually has more power than the president. And now that, Mitch McConnell isn't able to block things, I'm curious how this is going to go.
I'm definitely curious.
And I don't care if it's Democratic or not. I still think we need a younger and a more diverse Congress.
We definitely need.
I'm really loving the way Biden is putting a lot of different ethnicities and women into his cabinet seats.
Yeah.
He has a Native American. He has Hispanic. Oh, speaking of that, Ossoff is the first Jewish person that we've elected into the Senate from Georgia, and Warnock is the first black male that we've elected.
So Georgia making history.
Exactly. This is
Yeah.
Initially, I was thinking because of that riot, I was thinking if America, if 2021 was like them stuff you get in the mail, I'd return it and be like, okay, I'm returning this in my first 7 days. Can I get another one?
Yeah, I do believe though. I do believe wholeheartedly with the way this election has went and the way those people rioted. I do believe that Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Warnock, and Ossoff, I believe they're definitely going to need some type of extra protection right about now. I say that because listen, if people are headstrong enough to perform a coup and run up and do what they did in the Capitol building,
the only reason that worked is because it was instructed by the president.
And if it wasn't inside people.
If the president had not told them to do that, those people would not have made it to the Capitol building.
But because you also had police officers that were inside.
A few bullets would have turned that crowd around.
They would, but they took, and I heard that they declined help from the federal agencies up there to control that. So they denied help because again, they had inside help. And that's what I'm thinking. That if this presidency takes place, you feel me?
Whoa. Okay, No Country for Old Men, that's Hobo. Angie says one of the black congressmen said those rioters came looking for him in his office, and he doesn't have his name on his office door. He said the Capitol Police were helping them find who they were looking for. Wow. And they were in there with nooses and rebel flags, and they looking for a black congressman? I guess they were going to find him and shake his hand.
Of course.
Yeah.
The hand on his head.
Yeah.
course.
I don't know what in the world's going on, but we're going to talk about it as
Yeah.
soon as we come back from break.
Yeah,
Thank
we're
y'all
on
for
break
watching.
right quick, man. We got to take
Oh,
some.
keep talking to us. Did
Yeah,
you see
definitely keep talking.
the video?
What's up, y'all? I'm Dynasty Smith, and I'm your host for The Flavor, where we're going to be showcasing some of the hottest independent artist videos from all around. So y'all tune in every Wednesday at 8 o'clock just by typing into your YouTube bar TV 1061. So if you go into your YouTube search bar, type in TV 1061 to join us every Wednesday at 8 o'clock to check out some of the hottest new independent artist videos from all over. If you want to check us out on Facebook, just type in The Flavor and you can find us on Facebook. And yo, for you artists out there, lights, camera, action. Now, the camera's on you. If you want to get your video aired on The Flavor, then you need to hit us up at 1061tv@gmail.com. Send us your YouTube link, and then we'll get back to you on details on how you can be on The Flavor.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta.
Hey, man, listen, welcome back. Doc and I are sitting here talking about what we were talking about before we went off air, and since we're back, I want to get to a couple definitions.
You said you was going to do the Webster thing.
Yeah, I'm going to do the Webster thing. I'm going to turn it to Webster.
Define.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to define. So the first word I want to define is animal.
Animal.
Animal. You're right. Okay. So we know that it's a living organism that feeds on organic matter. We're not going to get into that definition. What we're going to do is we're going to get to the one that says a person without attributes or civilizing influence, especially someone who is very cruel, violent, or repulsive. Now, you heard that, right? Very cruel, violent, or repulsive.
Repulsive.
That's the definition of a slave owner. Woo. That's the definition of the people who believe that black lives don't matter. That's the definition of the people who decided to storm the Capitol. That is an animal.
That's the definition of people who beat another human to death
exactly.
with a fire extinguisher.
Exactly. That's
did
an animal.
Absolutely nothing to them.
Violent. Yes, cruel, violent, and repulsive. That right there, you beat a man with a fire extinguisher to death who did nothing to you besides try to do his job and keep you out of Capitol Hill where you weren't supposed to be in the first place, right? That's the first definition.
First definition.
Okay. Now, the definition, we're going to get to the definition of thug, right? The definition of a thug, right, is violent or brutish criminal or bully. Does that not fit the description of the people who decided to charge into Capitol Hill? That's a thug. Yet and still, when Black Lives Matter people came out and they said, we're just peacefully protesting, you called us thugs because a few people, and there were white people doing it too, that were running in, making it seem like we were doing things, right? We've seen that.
Did you see during the Black Lives Matter when people, black and white,
Yeah.
were walking out holding their hands
Yes.
up, and the police would come and beat them with batons?
Okay, so
with their hands in the air.
that was the definition of being a bully. So, violent or brutish criminal or bully. That's a thug. Now, let's get to the definition of a coup, right?
Is that like when the baby be making the noise?
Oh, no, not that coup. Not that coup, not the COO, but the COUP, right? So, a coup is a sudden, violent, and illegal seizure of power from a government, right? Now, that is exactly what you tried to do.
Exactly.
That's a form of treason, am I correct?
You're correct.
That is almost like domestic terrorism, am I correct? Because what I'm saying by that,
almost, that is
it
domestic
is.
terrorism. Exactly.
Okay, so I
Exactly.
just wanted to make sure I was on the same page. So that is a coup. So what I'm saying to you is everything that you have described Black Lives Matter to be is exactly what you are. yet and still, somehow, it's being put into the light that when a man takes a knee, he's unpatriotic. He's un-American. If that is the definition of un-American, by taking a knee, by locking arms, by, standing with your constituents, your fellow teammates, and saying enough is enough about police being bullies, about police being violent, about police taking lives of people, like they don't matter, right? If that definition is what you are, then there are some officers, not all, but there are a lot of officers that you other officers need to check about being thugs, about being animals, about helping to perform a coup. Yeah, you are domestic terrorists, and yes, you are committing acts of treason. Those officers committed an act of treason by letting them in. So if you disagree with me, well, perhaps you can't read.
When you said you are, I felt the power in that, bro. I felt that.
Because they are.
Yeah,
they're exactly.
I felt that, though.
That definition.
Angie, did you see the videos from the black police officers? Sure enough, I want to make sure all the Anglo-Saxons who were there get identified. It was a person who was the small towns around my way. I want some smoke. Hey, make it happen, bro. Andy says, so you keep seeing the videos, them taking selfies with the white officers. They were chasing the black officers up the stairs. Yeah, I did see that video.
Mm-hmm.
Sean K. Jones. Sean says, Doc, I'm sending you an interesting video to your IG. Bro, come on, send it here so we can go ahead and see it, and we can talk about it on the show. But I feel you. It shows information that they are concerned about, or news they're concerned about. We all should be. You're going to want to see this. Now you got me interested. I want to know what's going on now.
Yeah,
so
tell us about it right now so we can.
And then, or you can talk to me about it, and we can talk about it on the show. Sure enough, what are they getting charged with? Trespassing? Exactly.
Trespassing.
Exactly. So
not treason.
If it's trespassing, if it's simple trespassing, them vandalizing the Capitol building is trespassing when a woman was shot in front of her infant child.
Yeah.
But this is simply trespassing.
Exactly.
And it's exactly the same.
Exactly.
Like
And
the law.
what the guy did, he made up with Nancy Pelosi's lectern?
Yeah.
Yeah. Auctioned it on eBay.
Angie was talking about the old white man that was shoved to the ground. Now check this out, right? During the Black Lives Matter movement, a police officer pushed an old elderly white man to the floor, and his head was bleeding. A police officer went to try to help him up because he saw him bleeding, and another officer moved his hand and wouldn't let him help him. They they didn't even pepper spray him. I think they maced him. They sprayed the crowd there, but the police officer was helping them down the steps to make sure they didn't fall, washing their eyes out with water and stuff as they left. But the civility. They were trying to get them out, but they was doing it so peaceful and calm. But this old man, he was incapable of hurting anybody. He was an old white man, but I don't care his hue. I'm saying that it shouldn't have happened. I'm saying that the cause shouldn't dictate the level of brutality by the police officers. And I'm not saying that they should be brutal with anybody, but I'm saying that you can't shoot one person and kindly usher another one out and take selfies and then say the law is the same for everybody. That's BS.
But you heard what Ms. Marcin Lundy said. At the end of the day, Donald Trump should be held accountable for all these people's deaths, including the people who didn't have any business being there. Yeah, you should, because of the rhetoric that you kept trying to push. This is what happens. And now, here's the thing. We were talking about the guy shoving the older guy to the ground, his head bleeding, and then washing it, you know what I'm saying? And the people coming there doing that, right? Here's the thing. You have a president, and I'm going to keep repeating this because I seen it earlier today, where it said this should have been enough to not even get him elected when he was doing the thing with his hand picking at the handicapped reporter. But you still put him in office because you found nothing wrong with a man who has the moral compass of a piece of old dog shit. Seriously. And the reason I say that is because there are people out here with handicapped kids who can't do anything for themselves, and yet and still he has the audacity to be on camera and pick at a handicapped reporter. That's a no. You should have known right then and there. He doesn't care about people, period. No respect to a person. But you agreed with it. That's why you elected him.
Exactly. They knew about it, but they didn't care. Donald Trump was payback for electing Barack Obama. I believe that to my soul. Sure enough, paint the White House black. Sure enough, you be on one, man. Angie, he knew.
It was built by black people. We may as well.
He knew what he was doing, period. hold them all accountable. I agree 100, Angie. And if I knew who it was, hey, I would call the folks on it myself and testify in court.
Exactly.
I mean, it is what it is because, again, it can't be law this way for one group and law this way for another.
Exactly.
Black Lives Matter, they arrested 900, either 600 or 900 some people.
And did it.
In a day.
And did it.
How many people did they arrest that day?
What?
How many?
No.
Like,
and I only seen 55 being charged.
well, I was told they arrested like 40 something that day.
Oh, well,
But
that's
it was
it's still a much
there.
lower number. That's all that matters.
And the police that helped them get in, they should be fired and
They should be
prosecuted.
sent to prison.
Because for one thing, they endangered the lives of the people in there.
Yes.
Those guys who were those people who died on the inside, the man who was beat to death by a fire hydrant, fire extinguisher. And I apologize for the insincerity I sound in saying that because I'm sure his family don't want to keep hearing that. So please excuse me.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have happened if they wouldn't have let him in.
Exactly.
It wouldn't have happened. There's no need for that man to have passed
And
away.
that way, and if you are found to have committed treason, then you should be punished to the furthest extent of the law. But see, here's how it goes. You're gonna find a way to say that they were patriotic. You're gonna find a way to say that they were just upset American citizens. How come we can't be upset American citizens at the way we've been treated? And it's not just only black people, but I'm speaking from a black person's perspective. I looked at slavery and I realized there were some poor white people that were slaves, but they were considered indentured servants, meaning they could earn their freedom, right? Slaves weren't meant to earn their freedom.
And the white people weren't treated the same.
They weren't treated the same either. Exactly. They were not treated the same as us.
If they don't, they're just breeding more things to come with no repercussions. Exactly. That's why I feel like the truth has to come out. Even if I heard a person ask, a white man ask, what can he do to help further the cause, to help stop the nonsense? And my answer is always be honest about everything. Just be truthful.
Exactly.
Right is right and wrong is wrong. It can't be, well, Donald Trump is out here saying grab her by the pee and, well, that's just okay because that's just the way he talked.
Exactly.
Barack Obama wears a tan suit and it's a conspiracy and he needs to be impeached.
Exactly.
Right is right and wrong is wrong. Don't have double standards.
You were ready
just
to
be
impeach
honest about
a
any
suit.
and everything.
You were ready to impeach about a suit.
The punishment for treason is death. I feel you on that, Angie. I skipped Hobo. Heard they giving out a G for anyone who can be identified. Bruh, I tell on all of them, but give me all the G's. If I knew, I swear, I'd write a list. I'd write a list and put it on TV just like
Don't
just
let
like
me look
this
at the video and find out. I'm telling.
If I knew, I would tell
I'm
for
telling
sure.
because I want that G since y'all slacking on the stimulus checks.
And what happened? Hey, but now, when they finally get.
You talking about if they do the 2,000?
Oh, when they finally get them two out of office and put those two in.
Yeah, well, if they do the
Then
2,000, I'm still take the 2,000. I'm
anything.
gonna still take the 2,000. I'm gonna still take the 600, and I'm gonna still tell on the other ones.
I'm saying
so,
McConnell can't block anything.
Okay,
because
well,
he's not the Senate Majority Leader anymore.
Not bitch, McConnell.
Hey,
Yeah, you got me saying it now. Yes, you did. Yeah, you did.
hey, I appreciate you.
Hey, man.
And what happened with the National Guard that the mayor ordered for her city? Still no answer. Who ordered? Sure enough, who ordered security to be half-staffed? That day. What about January 17th? They knew exactly what was going on, and this was a planned event. This is not something that just happened by happenstance.
Yes.
President Trump orchestrated this from the very beginning, and he's been doing it from a long time ago.
Yes. But unfortunately, he did it from a long time ago. But right now, besides this topic, we got to go to break, man. So what we're going to do is we're going to catch this break, and we'll be right back. And when we come back, you know what it is, man. There's more on the show. There's more on the topic. There's more of the Kings, baby.
Oh, wow. We got to
How can you find a reliable source of CBD products? Introducing Holistic Wellness Boutique, a revolutionary collection of CBD tinctures, CBD topicals, CBD edibles, CBD pet products, and other relevant CBD products that help you incorporate CBD into your everyday lifestyle. The best part? Through our special Radiant Transformations program, Dr. Alea Daniel, PharmD, a well-regarded wellness coach, licensed pharmacist, and the mind behind the idea of Holistic Wellness Boutique, will also introduce you to a healthier lifestyle through proper education, nutrition, and a thorough medication evaluation to make the most of our exemplary CBD products. If you are struggling with a chronic condition, we can help you discover how to live a more holistic lifestyle through wellness coaching and the proper selection of hemp-derived CBD products. Visit holisticwellnessboutique.com to schedule a consultation or order an audacious combination of hemp-derived CBD products that will rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit.
Listen, we are live. The Talk Show Kings are back, man.
Y'all didn't know before. You're gonna learn today.
The thing about coronavirus is it doesn't care if you're black or white.
It doesn't.
It does not care if you're rich or poor. It does not exclude if you're a Republican or a Democrat.
I'm taking it as in it becoming a hostile environment.
I couldn't even go to the restroom. I would crawl to the restroom and hold the wall to not fall off of the restroom. I couldn't stand up to get in my bed because I seriously thought I was dying. Welcome back.
Yeah.
What's up, family? How y'all doing? Check this out, right? We was hot and heavy into the insurrection, and we're going to continue that. But first, we want to give a shout out to the other shows that are on TV 1061, because we all know we having big fun out on TV 1061
out here in
Douglasville, Georgia.
baby.
That's right.
Listen.
Go ahead. Can you get the shots out?
But what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to run through this right quick, man. But what I want to do, I want to give a shout out to the other shows. We want to give a shout out to the Flavor. You know what I'm saying? It's a video representation. It's like a video law. So, you know, we got the videos on the countdown.
Independent artists.
Independent artists,
and we're giving the countdown,
Yeah,
ranking you.
definitely.
Going down. So
from
send your
10 on
videos
down
in.
to 1.
Make
Come
sure they
on.
radio ready and make sure, you know, I ain't got
Yeah,
too much
man,
cussing
but make
stuff
sure
in
you
it,
put in the work
if
to
you
get
want
it
some
on there.
exposure, get it on in here.
Yeah, you got to put in the work, you feel me?
Exactly.
Then on we got on Wednesday also we got the playlist. You know what I'm saying? The playlist coming on at 9:30, right after the Flavor.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's right after the Flavor.
But
so
the
playlist. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just music is music is music.
The
and we got
playlist is a bunch of engineers and whatnot
Yeah,
who get their music out there, like
Yeah, they
DJ
trying to get out there.
Khaled. You know, but I'm saying,
Yeah,
you know, you want your
but
music out there.
well, he said he the
or
best,
if you're
so,
looking
you
for
know.
a beat, then listen to the playlist
Yes,
and get
come
with some
and get
of
'em
these,
out, man.
some of these DJs. You can get you a beat and
Yeah,
get
you
your,
can definitely get 'em in.
Get your swoon on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
And then we're going to jump on here on the Saturday. You know what I'm saying? At 3:30 p.m. We got the conversation on Saturday at 3:30 p.m. It has been moved. So it have jumped from Thursday to Saturday. It's the weekend, baby. And we ain't talking about the dude who done changed his face. By the way, that was a really ugly thing.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But you have to see it to believe it. But then we got the Bedroom Chronicles at 4:30 on Saturday. So you know what I'm saying? You might hear some interesting, juicy gossip. It's a right and a wrong way to love somebody. And that's going to happen on the Bedroom Chronicles. You can believe that. You feel me?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that boom, boom. Oh, you was getting to him. Then, you know what I'm saying? Then on Sunday, you know, at 4:30, we got the talk show.
Them divas.
Them divas be getting it
Hey,
in.
they
I'm
ain't
quite
playing no
sure. If you
games.
tuned in today, they was talking about the same thing we
yes.
talking about.
Oh,
but
yes.
from a woman's perspective, I'm quite sure they were heated about that. You feel me? Then we also have at 6:30 on Sunday, the best.
Dang.
Yeah.
Can't nobody sing like Eddie Kane Jr.
They can't. That was my movie.
Hey,
though.
the Kings.
Out the heartbeats, man.
The
But yeah,
Kings,
the
bro.
Kings is in the building,
The
man.
Kings.
Talk Show Kings.
Yeah, that's how we do
6:30
it.
every Sunday, man. You know what I'm saying? Tune in to all 4 of us, or sometimes just 2 of us. But either way, you better tune in.
Oh yeah, we gonna. If you
Be
didn't know,
here.
you gonna know the date.
I said be here.
Now, my brother's watching, Mr. Michael Fleming. Hey, while you at it, if you get a chance, you're trying to start your business, trying to start anything about business, you want to mentor somebody, go to kingstreets.com and check it out. And let me know what you think about it. Hit me up. You can hit me up on my personal inbox. You can hit up my brother, Michael Fleming. Well, Michael Fleming says most of them were on social media. FBI has them. I'm so happy to see that. Fox News is our enemy. Fox News has always sided with Donald Trump, and he turned on him for a while, but they tried to get back in his good graces because they are about that nonsense. They like his audience. And they have always tried to, just like, they tried to turn this around and say those people were involved in Black Lives Matter and Antifa. Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious? How in the world are you going to flip it to that? I'm really curious on it. I would really like to know how are you going to do that? So Black Lives Matter and Antifa put on MAGA hats, got rebel flags and nooses, and stormed the Capitol. And nobody was, and there was not a mass shooting. Really? Come on.
Listen, they will say anything. It's like this right here. You know, last time when Donald Trump won the election, right? there was nothing to be said. We had to accept it, right?
Yeah.
Now that he doesn't win, after all of his ways and his dealings and crookedness and everything else, now, right, it's voter fraud. Is this, is that, is the other. And all because the same people who follow him are throwing a fit, just like this man-child that's in office, throwing a fit when things don't go your way.
Well, he's been lying to them from the beginning. I don't know if you remember, but Donald Trump's attorney went to prison for defending Donald Trump. But his attorney said, getting him in office, he didn't think he was going to make it. But when it comes time to get him out of office, that's when you're going to have a problem. I distinctly remember his attorney saying that. That when it's time for Donald Trump to come out of office,
it's a problem.
That it was going to be a problem.
It is definitely a problem.
And he was telling the truth.
And it's just sad that someone can already see this coming because of the ways and how you act already. You know, I don't know how true it was, but wasn't it? They said was it Lindsey Graham or something from South Carolina had said?
I was just about to talk about him.
Yeah, they were saying that he was like, if we elect him, it basically he said it's gonna come back to bite him in the ass.
Lindsey Graham got on the floor and was talking about how it was wrong and it was so bad and all this kind of stuff. But for 4 years, Lindsey Graham empowered him. Lindsey Graham stood behind him, backed everything he did, regardless of how wrong it was, regardless of how it was so going against the Constitution and everything our democracy stood for. Now, all of a sudden, that the fertilizer hit the rotary oscillator, shit hit the fan for people who can't understand that. But the fertilizer hit the rotary oscillator. Now, all of a sudden, he's on the other side. He's jumping ship. No, the blood is on your hands, sir. And
it is definitely on his hands.
You can apologize. You can say whatever you like, but you made this happen.
Definitely.
You and everyone else who followed this man and backed him when you knew he was doing wrong. So,
but, it's going to be like that. You know, a lot of people are going to have backed him, and there are some people who are going to see how wrong everything was. But their moral compass is just as screwed up as his, right? So they're going to keep right on preaching the same thing. They're going to keep telling themselves lie after lie after lie. But like they say, if you lie like that, you better have a damn good memory.
Lindsey Graham, Bitch McConnell, I don't see how in the world anybody could. There was a congressman who got on the floor and even tried to defend it after the insurrection. He was talking about how Donald Trump or the election has to be run different because of all the corruption that was in it. Although there was never any corruption found. Never, not once. They found one signature in one state that they couldn't verify. So they went to the person's house and asked them, is this you? And they verified that the signature was correct. They have found no evidence of all this mass fraud. For Donald Trump to call the person in Georgia and tell them, I need to find 11,857 votes or whatever number he gave to turn the election, that is illegal. It's immoral and it's illegal. So, no matter what he does, they keep backing him. Donald Trump needs to be in jail. He needs to be the example of what not to do. And we need to make sure that nobody else can follow him and do the same thing. Because our democracy is a way for us to change power peacefully. When a lot of times countries, when they change power, it's because of a coup. It's because somebody gets killed or something to that effect. Donald Trump wanted to be a dictator in America, and that's not how we do things, unless we give him that power and let him do things.
I think that right now, after seeing everything, not only are all eyes on the government or the presidents or Capitol Hill and everything else, right? Our eyes are also watching to see how you prosecute these people. Because if you only hit these people with trespassing and not charging them in the death of that elderly security guard or police officer.
He wasn't elderly.
Huh?
He wasn't elderly.
Well, the guy.
He was in good health.
Good health. Whoever he was, the death of the officer of security, whoever he was, you're not going to charge them with the death of this man?
There were 4 people that were killed.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so you're not going to charge them with anything but trespassing. If you do that, or you don't charge Donald Trump with the death of each one of those people that died, right? Because this is all a part of him, as we've all been saying.
Exactly.
If you don't charge them and you don't charge him, nobody's gonna have faith.
They're not going to. I don't see it happening.
Listen,
and I agree with you that it should.
If you want to see people lose faith in the justice system, don't charge them. Don't charge them and see how much faith people have in the justice system.
Well, people have lost faith in the electoral colleges and our election process for no reason other than compulsive liar lying about it. Hey, Dolores Martin, thank you for joining us. There has been no evidence of any kind of mass fraud. There just hasn't. Period. So I'm really trying to understand. I'm really trying to get it through my mind and get it through people's mind that just because somebody says something, if it's not fact checked, and you can't believe it. You can't just anything I say should fact check me. I admit that I'm not the guru of everything.
No, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Exactly. Tell me I'm wrong.
I just read those definitions of everything that we've been called for, what we've been trying to accomplish, and it fits. it fits them to a T, man. And if at all, right? If at all, you want especially black people to have faith in the justice system that you have you've driven us into the ground with. If you're not going to do something to these people about this, man, I think the justice system as a whole either fails, or if you don't revamp it to where people can't do these types of things without having dire consequences, again, this is treason. But treason is death. That's what I heard. That's what you said.
One of the biggest things for me is a lot of people's eyes are open to the double standard that is the American justice system. I feel like the truth should always matter. The truth. People are really starting to see what minorities have been claiming for the longest, what a lot of poor people have been claiming for the longest.
Big fact.
Because there are a lot of cities where there are very few minorities, and the poorer people of that city are treated as minorities. They're treated as second-class citizens. They're treated as if they have no voice, no power, and they don't matter. So, a lot of those people understand the Black Lives Matter movement, and a lot of those people understand that there's a different justice system when you have and when you don't have. And that can't be the case. When they were talking about Warnock wanting to get rid of cash bail, I understand it. I don't know if I agree with it or disagree with it, but I do feel that it shouldn't be you do something and you go to jail. If you're a millionaire, you get right out. If you're poor, you stay in. If you're a millionaire and you murder somebody and you get right out,
you shouldn't have a bail.
You go, you go in for stealing some food because you were hungry and you in there for months. How is that not wrong? Right is right and wrong is wrong. We need to revamp the system. We need to try to understand things better, and we need to understand that people are people. I've been saying for the longest that everybody's black. The first human life came from African women. You can believe what you want to believe, but that's the truth.
You can't.
I don't want to go there.
Listen.
I already went there.
If you don't believe it, do your research. Please. All you have to do is do your research. Most people have smartphones, but are too stupid to use them. I'm just being
dumb
real.
person with a smartphone.
Yeah, there's a stupid person with a smartphone. They watch a bunch of nonsense on their phones. They find one article and halfway read it, and they run with it. They put out half truths, which there is no such thing, because there's no such thing as a half truth. I just say that because that's something. There's no such thing as a half truth, because if you tell half a truth, you're still telling a whole lie. So
I think you can blend the truth in with a bunch of other nonsense.
Well, my dad said the truth is a matter of convenience, and if you don't believe me, that's in the Bible too, and I will show you. I can tell you where that's at. When we were in the Bible, when they were talking about when Jesus told Peter that before the sun sets, the rooster crows, you'll deny me 3 times, right? And the truth was a matter of convenience. Am I correct? Right? Peter said, no, I won't, right? Okay. The people came to Peter and said, do you know him? And Peter said no 3 times, because It was a matter of convenience. If I tell you that I know him, you're going to kill me. So I am going to lie because it conveniently saves my life. The truth is a matter of convenience.
Inconveniently, we got to go to break. We'll be back in a minute for our last segment of Talk Show Kings.
What?
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom, Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom, Inc. Reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
Hey, listen, man, welcome back. I think we are in, what, the last segment of the show?
Last segment.
The last segment of the show, man. But listen, before we continue on any further, listen, we want to give a shout out to our producer, Mr. Felix Washington,
the
you know
man
what I'm saying?
with the face that's made for the back room, Mr. Felix Washington.
He in the, that's his thing, right? We want to give a shout out to our media director, Ms. Shantae Barksdale. Thank you, Shantae, for everything that you do. You know, we also want to give a shout out to the guy behind the scenes that's pulling the strings and making sure this all works properly, Mr. Jason Pulley. Welcome back, Jason.
I thought you was about to rhyme when you were saying that. That
I'm not going to bust the rhyme.
Oh,
I'm not going to do that.
Back
you feel
there pulling the strings, making things pop
and
jump. I'm like, okay, look him out.
Nah, I ain't going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But no, for real. But listen, before I left, I said that the truth was a matter of convenience. Now, I know a lot of people will argue me down about that, right? But, you know, it's one of those things where a person will, if the truth benefits them at that moment, they're going to say the truth. But if there's a lie that benefits them, and we have all done this, and if you haven't, then I don't want to talk to you because you're not human. You're just not. You're just not the kind of human I need to be around. But if there was $1 million right there, right, and you found this $1 million, and the people came and said, hey, did you find $1 million? Now, your bank account is at -500, and you found $1 million. And somebody says, have you found $1 million? And if you give it back, you may receive something, you may not. But it's guaranteed that if you tell them no, you gon' receive something. It's $1 million.
The largest denomination of money is a $100 bill. If you had $1 million in $100 bills,
what I'm telling you is, if you found $1 million and somebody came to you and asked you, had you found it, they're gonna take that million back from you, and you were struggling, chances are you gonna lie and say that you haven't found that million.
I ain't mad at you.
I mean, I know. I'm gonna just tell you right here. Be honest with y'all. I'm gonna lie and tell you I ain't found that million. That's just me.
That ain't me.
I do. Well, some people have a better moral compass than I do, but my moral compass is better than Donald Trump's. But I'm not turning that million. I'm just not.
Sean K. Jones, the mayor, she put it in a non-politicizing citizen order, no weapons or violent response, and she spread that out over the city. So response time just wasn't soon enough. Black mayor, I feel you on that. You talking about Keisha? Mayor Bottoms, excuse me, no disrespect.
Is that what she's talking about?
Mayor. That's what I think he's talking about. But I'm not thinking that, I hope to goodness that people don't.
Oh, she's talking about, no, she's not talking, I guess she's talking about the mayor of Washington, D.C.
Sean is a dude.
Yeah, because she was saying what's going to happen on the 17th. I think that's when Biden is supposed to.
Oh, got you.
Yeah,
I guarantee they're going to be armed.
Yeah, so, again, I think that they are going to, I think that they should, and I think that they are going to have, I think that they are going to have, what do you call it?
Security?
Heavier security.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I think they definitely are.
When they're looking for a black senator with a noose. I mean, come on, seriously? After we saw, them kneel on a man's neck.
Okay, can we listen?
Come
first
on.
of all, listen.
Yeah, they definitely need better security.
I know this is a serious situation, but can we get to the humor in some of this too?
Please, because I'm trying to find
the dude stole Nancy Pelosi's lectern
and
then put it on eBay.
But no, the idiot was in the camera holding it.
But listen,
Ching.
We know he was in the camera holding it, but to turn around and put it on eBay to sell
DC
it.
Mayor, thank you, family.
I think they locked him up. You're gonna need that money for bail money.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you really gotta see
a federal crime. So that means no parole. There's no parole on fair time.
I'm trying to figure out how they were able to not stop him from walking out with a whole lectern. That thing's pretty big.
No, a letter. A letter.
No, they said a lectern.
Oh, a guy had that. Another guy
had that.
I didn't think he got out the building.
I think that's what he said. He said he put it on eBay.
No, I did see the guy with Nancy Pelosi's mail.
But I seen him do it. I'm just like, if he walked out with a whole lectern, right? The podium. If he walked out with that and nobody stopped him, I'm just saying, like, come on.
Wow.
That's funny.
The D.C. mayor, thank you, Sean, clearing that up. I appreciate you. Angie, so the governor of Maryland came on
the news.
Okay.
Oh, she's saying, so the governor of Maryland came on the news and said they were waiting for the approval.
Okay, cool.
How do you wait for the approval?
Al Gore didn't flip. What you mean? Came on the news and, not become. Gotcha. So you had read both of them, and I was trying to figure out the first one.
Yeah, I was already. I'd be on it. So listen. So look.
Hey, I'm slow at times.
Listen. So
that.
what I'm just,
spades,
it's funny though, man. It's humor to be found in all of this because what it does is it lets other countries feel like the American government and the fort is a joke. Now, and I know that we have strength in our military, but there are a lot of countries that are probably thinking just like this, right? Oh, so they just ran up in the Capitol. The very next time you say something to disrespect us, I'm bringing it right to your doorstep. Period. You're not coming over here. Bruh. I'm coming over there.
That whole thing had me thinking of how vulnerable we looking right now.
Exactly.
What's to stop one of the countries that don't like us from running up in the Capitol with the bomb? Because from my understanding, they found a pipe bomb.
They
had people in there with
They found pipe bombs in there.
And a whole bunch of bullets.
And so when you see this, and the only thing that you're hearing is that somebody is going to be charged with trespassing. Pipe bombs, guns, bullets, bats, and knives, and people that, I said, Trump should be made to pay for everybody's funerals. You're a billionaire. You should be able to pay for those people's funerals.
While he's in jail.
Yeah, while he's in jail.
And the Congress needs to go ahead and get them some shotguns or something.
Y'all need to have some armed security that's not gonna be afraid to let a couple off.
Minimum wage goes up for 20 states. Angie, he said they gave the approval well after they were already storming the Capitol. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
From my understanding, it was half-staffed, and they were told not to be heavily armed.
And the fact that you had elderly, Congress members and Senate members and everything else up in there,
Oh, yeah. Trump was calling the Congress members while the insurrection was happening, telling them to try to spin it to make it look like something to do with the election. He was calling them while it was happening.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
While it was going on.
Wow.
Honestly, I think he purposely didn't approve any additional forces, Trump. I feel you.
Yeah,
because he knew what they were doing. Yeah. He planned it out. All of this was orchestrated by him. He's the brainchild, if you can ever call him a brainchild, behind it. Sure enough, ain't no way into what. We just got finished talking about black people can't get close, then some Arabs going to. Nah. I'm saying that they can do, if there's any kind of storming of a building, they can mix in with that crowd and go in there. And don't think it's all Arabs by no stretch of the imagination.
By no stretch of the imagination.
That's that racial profiling thing. And because they found plenty of Americans, Caucasians, African Americans, Hispanic, that are joining those crazy people with their causes. Yeah. You ain't got to ever worry about your boy doing no suicide bomber because ain't no way in the world I'm blowing up me.
Hey, listen,
and then Tuesday you going out to the club.
I'm just going to tell y'all the truth. Most black people, listen, you're not going to find black people traveling with any type of bomb, pipe bomb, mail bomb, nothing. Because we're afraid that we hit a bump or a pothole, the whole car. No, we don't play like that.
On the serious note, yeah, you do. You have a couple of idiots.
I mean,
you always have a couple of idiots in them crowds.
Okay, well, we're trying to figure out. Listen, let's just be for real. I just want to ask a question.
Now, majority, I would agree.
I want to know. We can probably count. We can probably count on one hand.
Mm-hmm.
We can probably count on one hand if we had 3 fingers, and that's it. How many black people we know go ride in the car with a pipe bomb? Because if it go bump,
I don't think I know any.
Listen, the first thing
heart attack right down the spot.
We're gonna need heart medication for the rest of our lives.
We ain't sitting there blowing ourselves up.
Hey, listen,
I ain't mad at
not with it. Who?
Hey, exactly.
Who?
Hey, now we ain't finna blow. Now we might shoot a couple of people who we think messing with us.
What was it they said about?
Nah.
What they said? They said some of the Islamic people that they be telling them that it's 7 virgins on the other side waiting for them. How about if it's 7 virgins and you like them so much? How about you go on that side? Let me get mine here. I want to be able to physically.
I don't want no virgin myself. I ain't trying to teach nobody nothing at this point in my life.
Oh God, this is funny, but no, seriously though.
Sean, remember that law enforcement and military traditionally side and votes Republican historically. The Republicans always have tried to look out for the military in funding wise, so yeah, but they gotta know nonsense when they see it.
They have to.
Also, there are law enforcement officers who are conflicted because they support the other side. They support either side. Some Dems, some Republicans, and some not vested in either side. Way too many layers. I can't disagree with you. Hey, KJ, thank you for watching. Sean, I can't disagree with you on that, but I think that's most people because I don't consider myself a Republican or a Democrat. I consider myself to look into what the person stands for.
Exactly.
And then that's who has my vote.
Exactly.
I mean,
you have to understand that in any context, the way you're looking at it, if the only thing that you are a part of is a 2-party system, then you're able to be fed whatever nonsense that party is feeding you, and you're headstrong in believing it. What I want to do is, like you said, you take a look at a person's policies, whether they be Republican or whether they be Democrat or whether they be independent or liberal or whatever the case may be, right? You look at the policies and you see if it's decent and respectable for human beings, period. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about you leading human beings. Everybody's a human, whether we're black or white or whatever. It just sucks that the way it seems and the way it is, not the way that it seems.
Well, we're miseducated.
Is that, yeah, we are very miseducated behind a lot of things. And I, for one, know that there were Democratic slave owners, there were Republican slave owners. Hell, there were black slave owners, but not nowhere near as many as white slave owners, and they probably didn't treat their slaves the way that the white people treated their slaves.
I would think they did, but I don't know.
I would hope that they didn't. But my thing is,
I've seen a lot of sellouts.
But my thing is this right here. Right now in this day and age, in 2020, right, it shouldn't be like this.
Oh no, I wholeheartedly agree with you on that one.
You are living in a time where technology and all the advancements come from people of all races and things of that nature.
Bro, that's always been.
Yeah.
Slaves invented so much stuff.
Exactly.
But because they were owned, the masters got
the credit for it.
Exactly. And they still get the money for
They
for
still
their
do
inventions.
it to this day.
But, okay, where I was going is that's why I believe everything should be talked about truthfully. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of things that are going on is simply because people don't believe it because they don't hear the truth. They don't hear the truth often enough. If you look at TV and that's your only source of information, then you miss out on so many things that are in books. You miss out on, talk to some old people who lived history, and they'll tell you some things that you may not believe, but that are definitely true. It was a couple of things. Oh, Shonuff said, couple directors' kids were found. Then old buddy who played on Silver Spoons helped get a killer out on bond.
Oh, you talking about the guy?
Yeah, the guy who went up there
he did.
And killed 2 people. And
he did.
Got another one.
The guy
Schrader called him a patriot. Or
you talking about the guy that crossed the line and shot the people.
Exactly. And then was chased back and walked back to the police with his gun.
Yeah.
And nothing happened. And
they paid to get him out of jail.
Angie, at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter what side you're on. Your job is to protect the people of Congress, and that is what you do. I feel you on that one. Shout out to Al Gore. Also, Gore, he gave up and didn't fight when Bush stole the election. He didn't flip. Al Gore, he gave up and sold out when Bush stole the election the first time. Well, Trump won by negative, what, 200,000 votes?
Yeah, that's just the electoral collegiate thing that.
Negatively, our time is gone.
Yeah,
so
we have exhausted all of the time.
We will be back next Sunday at 6:30.
Definitely.
Join us, talk to the Kings. If you have anything you want us to talk about, let us know. And we'll.
Yeah, man.
We got to ask the executive producer. We got to run everything through him. But if you have a topic that you want to discuss, let us know, and we'll try to get it on the air.
Because here's the thing.
You are us.
Yes.
We are thankful for you.
Yeah, if it weren't for you guys, man, we wouldn't even be on the air to be able to do this. So whatever you guys see, whatever you're thinking, whether it be from politics to relationships to finances to whatever you want to hear about.
Thank you, Sean.
Bring it to us.
Yeah.
You know, and with that being said, I'm going to let Doc go ahead and close out first.
I always got to give a shout out to my military brethren. Thank you all. God bless you. Please be careful out here because you all know, I've even heard of people being recalled now because of the nonsense that we know we're about to go through. The FBI is really cracking down. They're cracking down on all these websites that have these hate groups in them that are talking about doing things to people. All of this is being investigated extremely strong now because they see that it's a viable threat. Domestic terrorism has never been, the KKK has never been on a domestic terrorism list. And I'm not saying that it's just the KKK, but I'm saying that any group that's out there stocking guns and bullets and things of that nature and talking about hurting people, now they're being investigated strongly and they're going to need the backing of the military. So please be careful and know I got your back. You know, if I have to get back in my uniform, I'm a little fat, but I'll still try. Much love to you. I got to give a shout out to my father, Mr. Kenneth Allen Moore Sr. Hey, that's the author of My Sense of Responsibility. A shout out to my mother, Miss Regina Janet Schofield. Hey, that's my love. You know, she gave me that love and I love her with all my heart. Shout out to baby girl, of course. You know, you are everything to me. Want to give a shout out to the Kings that can't be here. Yes. King Lundy, King Lundy, King Trevor, because you know how they sit. Exactly.
Well, technically, I would be on that side. Right here. Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to you. Say, you know, we miss you guys. We welcome you back when you're ready. Yeah. And thank you for being a part of the show. Special shout out to the fans. That one, last one. It's on you, fam.
You missed somebody, didn't you? You missed somebody, didn't you?
I said baby girl.
Oh, okay. I make sure I heard.
Bro, you know, ain't
oh, okay.
Bro, you know. If I breathe, if I inhaled and exhaled, I thought about that woman 4 times. I'm trying, bro, I love that girl right there. I'm trying to tell you.
Me, myself, you know what I'm saying? I want to end the show. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, to all the people that watch, all my friends and family, everybody who watched. And I don't know you that you watch. Please feel free to chime in, get in the comments. Show your love, show your support, man. We want to shout you out just like you shout us out. Thank you guys for tuning in. I want to give a shout out to Queen K, you know what I'm saying? Miss BGM, Black Girl Magic. She is that, man. Believe that. And you just gotta know, you just gotta be there to know, boy. Trust me. Give a shout out to her. It's all love. I want to give a shout out to all my friends and family. Thank you guys for watching and tuning in. Give a shout out to the other kings, like we said, King Lundy, King Trevor. Give a shout out to the producer, Mr. Felix Washington. You know what I'm saying? Executive media person, Miss Shantae Barksdale. Mr. Jason Pulley, you know what I'm saying? I also want to give a shout out to my children, man. You know what I'm saying? I love each and every one of you. As always, you guys are a part of me, and I am a part of you, and we are all family. And that's 5 in total right now. So, yeah, let's go. I love y'all, man.
Hey,
oh,
wait
a minute. Before we go.
We appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, before we go. Hey, listen, you better go to Candles for the Culture. I got Black Panther. And if you haven't started your own business, you better get out there and get a book about fixing your credit and get a book about starting your own business, because right now is the time. If you're trying to start a business, man, the only way you can absolutely fail is if you never, ever try.
Hey, fear kills a lot more dreams than failure.
Exactly.
I went to Louisiana Bistro today. That food was off chain. We want to give a shout out to everybody and say thank you and let you know sharing is caring. So share the videos, tell people about us, and get us out there. Talk Show Kings, family. We'll see you next Sunday.
Listen, we are live. The Talk Show Kings are back, man.
Y'all didn't know before. You're going to learn today.
The thing about coronavirus is it doesn't care if you're black or white.
It doesn't.
It does not care if you're rich or poor. It does not exclude if you're a Republican or a Democrat.
I'm taking it as in it becoming a hostile environment
I couldn't even go to the restroom. I would crawl to the restroom and hold the wall to not fall off of the restroom. I couldn't stand up to get in my bed because I seriously thought I was dying.